Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I am so happy to be here with you with Pink and Main. Let's see. Tonight, this is going to be the star of our show. I thought it would be fun to play around with the Oceans of Love stamp set. They are kind of a silhouette, almost like folk art style image. And we're going to play around with heat embossing them using multiple colors in each stamped image. That's my thought. I don't have the stamp and die or the foil of the month yet. I think they're getting delivered tomorrow. So we'll play with one of those on Thursday. Sorry, there's a fly in here. But in the meantime, why not play with embossing powder, you know? So I grabbed some trios and duos already. So we're going to go with like an orange and gold theme for our koi. We're going to do a little navy blue, blue and silver for our whale. For the flamingo, we're getting real wacky and we're going to try some coral and teal. And then for our frog, we're going to do a lighter matte green and, well, non-glitter, and then a glittery green. So I think these will be pretty fun. Something a little different. In theory, we're going to use one of them to make a card, but I hadn't really planned out that far. So let's see how that turns out. Thank you, Linda. I've been getting slowly back into doing my nails. I really like this color and I really like that glitter. And so this kind of like glittery vibe is what kind of inspired me for our fun embossing powder adventure tonight. So I saw Mom's here, Melissa's checking in. Happy Canada Day. I see Susan. Robin was checking in. Oh, she said it's hot and sticky in southern Indiana. No, thank you. It's pretty hot and gross here too in Delaware. Kelly was checking in with us. Miss Jody. Chu is here. Linda, Miss Annette, Karen, Connie, Jackie Ann. Let's see. Kathleen's checking in with us. Darcel, Dad's here. Lori's here. Oh, Karen got fun glittery nails today too. I love it. I feel like summer is like the best time to play with nails. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be playing with the Oceans of Love stamps. We have the coordinating dies. I grabbed black, but I'm not sure we're going to use the black paper. I just don't know. Maybe for like the koi. I don't know. We're going to at least start out on white ice rink paper, and then we'll see from there how we're feeling. We'll have more than enough time to play around with some black cardstock if we want. So let me set these off to the side. I have a piece of printer paper here. And let's trim down, let's trim down our cardstock. Let's see, Jennifer's checking in from Wisconsin. Love to see it. Chelsea's here too. Welcome, Chelsea. Oh my goodness, Brennan. Brennan's dealing with some anxious dog energy. It's no good. I'm gonna chop these down a little bit. Probably more than they need to be chopped, but because we're going to be mixing different colors, I want to have each image on its own piece of cardstock. I do need my heat gun that I definitely forgot. Um, Perfect. Okay. Um, yeah, I know a lot of my friends have dogs that are very sensitive to fireworks. Our dog does not care about thunder or fireworks at all. When she was a puppy, um, we took her with us to the beach for 4th of July. Um, and there was so much going on that basically, I know she's not deaf. I know we didn't go that far, but she's definitely been desensitized from uh, loud noises like that. It doesn't bother her at all. Hey, Dawn. And hey, Michelle. All right. I think we're just going to do one at a time for these. I really want to start out with the whale. I'm very excited about this like blue and silver combo. We're using the new, two of the new colors, the sterling silver, sorry, silver lining. That's what that's called. Silver lining, and then the new naval officer, which is the navy. And then we're going to add some sapphire, which is um, not new, but very beautiful. Let's see, we don't need you right now. And you can go over here. You there. So with our embossing powders, for anyone like Dawn who hasn't played with them yet, the ink is sticky, and the sticky ink is going to hold our powder in place until we can melt it into place. So to keep our powder from sticking anywhere else, we're going to go in with some anti-static powder, which the Pink and Main one has the powder right here in the little bottom part like this. You can refill it. It's very nice. And then it comes up through the brush. So you just give it a little tap and then use the brush to make sure your paper is coated. I do try to do that step after I've already secured where my stamp is going to go so that I'm not picking up all the powder on my stamp. Okay. We are going to prep our stamp just a little bit because it gets that coating on it when we first get it. Then we're going to go in with our embossing / watermark ink, which I completely forgot to do it, but I did realize that I have my refill here. I probably should have done it earlier, but you know, that'll be fine. We'll get it pressed in while we work. So a nice layer of our embossing ink, trying to give some even pressure. I'm going to go in a second time just because it's a new stamp. Okay, and you can kind of see it from just that watermark part of the ink, right? You can see the general outline. So I'm going to close my MISTI, and on top of our printer paper, we're going to start with our blue, or sorry, our navy, the naval officer dark blue. And I'm holding this a little higher so that some of it kind of trickles down a little further, okay? Because I want a little bit of a blend here. And then when I go to pick this up, if we put the paper this way and poured the glitter down, like to this side, it's going to stick over everything. So I'm going to tip it the other way so it only goes where it's already been. If that makes sense. Okay, then we're going to funnel all of our beautiful navy blue. I overdid that one. I overtapped it. And that's the thing. We have a little bit of time to work, but we don't have all the time. Then we're going to go in with Sapphire through the middle. And I'm just going to pour it, but if you were very concerned, you could also like scoop it or take it and pinch it. And again, I'm going to tip it up because it's not going to stick where that navy already was. Okay. This is so pretty. Sapphire is such a beautiful blue. Okay, and then the last one, I'm switching it up here, which is the true experiment part because we've done some ombre before, but I'm not sure that we've ever done metallic and glitter in the same one. I'm not sure how it's going to look when it transitions from one to the other, but there's no way to know without testing it out. So this, if I pour this back in, it's going to have some glitter in it left over from tapping. So I'm going to sacrifice that little bit of embossing powder. You don't have to if it's not a big deal to you. But because I like to show you guys, swatches, I want to make sure that my glitter is looks the way it was meant to. And you know what? I missed a little spot right here, I think. Also, I just know at this point how long it's going to take me to go through all of these embossing powders. So anywhere out here where there's some extra glitter you might not want, you can just dust that off or go in with a brush. But I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's melt this and see what happens. All right, let's see. That looks pretty good. I really like that. I feel like I should have saved this one for the end because I knew it was going to be so good. I really like the way the glitter goes into that metallic. You can see there are some like blue dots in there from where the blue embossing powder kind of mixed, but I really like it. It looks kind of like hammered, but isn't that just so pretty? Oh, I love that. Brendan's jamming out to some Joan Jett. Let's see. Hey, Raquel and Maria checking in. Robin, you just got the anti-static brush and it won't go up. So the brush doesn't move. This little collar part should shift up and down. The brush stays in place. And just that little collar should slide. Let me know if that helps. It doesn't have to twist or anything. You should just be able to pull it. And I think I actually have, yeah, I have two of them. This one you can see moves a lot easier. I think she sent me one and I bought one. That just sums up everything. All right. One successful embossing powder experiment done. Love it. All right, let's stay on our fish journey and try the koi next. That one's going to be my mom's favorite. I already know. Just going with a little bit of water because that embossing ink will leave a little bit of a sticky residue on your stamp. Okay. Making sure that my paper is fully pushed into the corner of that misty because there is so much surface area on these stamps. It is 100% going to pull up that paper. And so it's good practice just to make sure that you, every time you're putting it back in there. I don't know why I bothered to put my anti-static brush away, like we're not going to be using it over and over. Silly me. Anybody doing anything fun for the holiday this week? Either Canada Day or 4th of July. It's been too crazy here trying to get to the beach the last couple of years. But my coworker lives a couple towns over and they do beautiful fireworks. Last year we went and ended up in like a field and watched them from there, but we had to pay to park in the field. And she lives on the other side of that field. And so she said we could come hang out in her backyard and watch fireworks. So we have plans for that night, but not for during the day. I think we're just going to hang out. Mom said it's like magic. It is. Let's see. Hey, Jana. Um, oh, and tomorrow's Karen's birthday. Happy early birthday. And Lisa's here. Kathleen's here. Your jealous of holidays on a Friday? Yeah. Well, and my birthday is on Sunday. Um, so I'm happy it's on a Friday because I get a nice long weekend. All right, this way might be where I go astray. Hear me out. Koi have those dots on them. Okay. And so pretty much I know going into this, any embossing powder that I'm speckling on here is getting sacrificed. You don't have to do this. Okay. If this is not your jam, you don't have to do this. But I started with Tiger Lily embossing powder. And now I'm going in with Orange Pop, which you guys know I've been using Orange Pop for what, 3 years? And like I can't even tilt this to show you because it's so close to the top. I'm never going to go through these. Okay, and then I'm going in with Gold Rush. And this is the part where I'm saying, like, I don't know. The metallic now we know is going to be cool with the glitter, but I don't know in general how this is going to look. You can see how dark it is, but when it gets activated, it's not as dark. Okay, and I learned this little technique from Mr. Tim Holtz himself. if you do a little tippy tap underneath, it kind of just makes sure that any of that embossing ink gets coated. And then we're just going to tip it to the side. Okay. And it looks green, but I promise the gold doesn't stay like that. But also, that's pretty cool and still kind of looks like a koi and could be fun to like swap it out with white if you were doing this on black cardstock. But let's melt this and see what we are in for. All right, so you can see it still looks dark when you're looking at it straight from above, but look how cool that gold shine is. Man, I love this so much. Mom said she wants one to frame it. Well, it's so little, but yes, you can have it, Mom. How cool. 10 out of 10 on the little dots of powder for sure. Hey, Vanessa. I love this. Thank you guys so much for the early birthday wishes. And Jane Marie is here. Yeah, love this. So far, we're winning at embossing life. 10 out of 10. Love it. All right. Next up is our frog, which is going to be probably the most like normal out of all of these. Um, I thought about bringing in like one of the crazy, like green or yellow. I don't know. Let's see what kind of space we're working with. Because now I kind of want to do some of like tiny little dots with the citrus yellow, which is like neon almost. See, he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. But it could be fun to pull in. Let me grab it. My gut is saying go for it. Right? This is, I mean, when I say she's neon. But like just a tiny little bit, right? Like maybe I will this time. I don't have like a little scoop, so I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, but we can like precision dot some on there, maybe, and see how that works versus the koi that I just kind of like went for it. That'll be fun, right? Darcel, my birthday is on Sunday, and Karen's birthday is tomorrow. When I was little, I used to think that the fireworks were for me. So I've been told. I do not remember this, but I think it checks out. And I have no idea what I want to do, any gifts that I want. I think I'm going to treat myself to some Copics because some of mine are kind of beyond refill and fixing. But my poor husband is like, just tell me something I can get you. And I'm like, I really don't know. Unless you want me to like send you the list of Copics. But honestly, it's just easier if I do it, you know? I know you guys will. Yes, Brennan, you did. Well, you had a birthday gift sent to me. We'll put it that way. Thank you, J. Marie. I am very happy with them. I just started doing them again myself. They're dip. All right, we're just gonna do a couple tiny little spots. Okay, very, very tiny with that citrus neon. Okay, and then my grass green is going to go in the middle. That. See, Dawn, I think the trick is that ridiculous is, relative. And by that, I mean, as my relative, you and I have each other's back on how much counts. Do you like what I did there? Somewhere near her, my dad is laughing. All right, and then I went around that with spruce. Spruce it up. Okay, we're going to do that little tippy tappy again because Tim Holt said so. Oh, that looks so cool. All right, I have a little spot on his little hands that doesn't look like it got covered great. So I'm just going to scoop from my leftovers. Yeah, that looks better. This little mini trash can on my desk is definitely going to have to go straight to the big trash when we're done, or else I'm going to get glitter everywhere. All right, let's melt this one down. Hey, Aline. That is pretty fun. I like that most of them are on the inner part, so it doesn't really take away from the outline, right? And it's definitely still a frog, but I love the kind of vignette feeling that the spruce it up with the glitter gives to the outer part versus the inside still has that shine, right? But it doesn't glitter. Ooh, that's cute. All of these are turning out so good. This is going way better than I thought it was going. Vanessa, thank you for reminding me. I don't know what's in them, but Pink and Main has mystery boxes out right now. So they're usually a limited supply. So if you want one, you got to jump on it soon. But it looks like Vanessa just ordered hers. I know Michelle ordered one. I saw her commenting on, I think, Facebook. Um, so definitely check that out, especially if you missed the last one, because they went really fast. Um, let's see. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I love the frog. If I missed anybody in the comments, I'm so sorry. I'm trying, I think maybe Jennifer. I see you though, Jennifer. Yes, Brennan, I am practicing for embossing powder Olympics. You can just call this summer embossing powder summer. What I want to know is, can you like embossing powder other things? Like what all can you emboss? Maybe the limit does not exist. I don't know. All right, this is the one that's going to be, this has the most potential to go awry. Okay. Yay, Karen. Karen said she ordered her mystery box and it already shipped. Love that. I think that's what I saw Michelle saying too, that hers shipped really fast. Okay, we're going flamingo. And you might think to yourself, well, we just got a new pink, so she's probably going to use that. No, I thought doing all pink, pink ombre, was too predictable. And so I think that the peaches and cream, like corally pink, is such a good, like, not realistic because none of these are really realistic, but like is still very much a flamingo pink. Right, flamingos eat shrimp. Shrimp are not hot pink. They're like a corally pink. So in my head, this will work for that. And I was like, well, I don't have another darker coral to use. So instead of this one blending, we're going for high contrast. We're going for very high contrast and we're bringing in wintergreen. So we're going pink and teal and we're going to see what happens. Yes, Dawn, the J. Marie said mystery boxes are sold out. Drats. Well, I'm sorry if I got you guys hyped up and now I'm ripping it away. Karen said she's embossed vellum before. That's good to know. Let's see. Yeah, the embossing ink is the key. It stays wet a little longer. You can also use like a pigment ink, but it's got to be really juicy and you got to work really fast. So if I, for some reason, am putting a colored ink under my embossing powder, I still usually go in with the embossing ink on top of whatever color. So there have been times where I've stamped white embossing ink, no, sorry, white pigment ink under white embossing powder so that it helps to fill in any little spots you might miss. And sorry, what was I saying? If you miss, oh, and I still have to do the white pigment ink and then go in with my embossing clear ink on top. Oh gosh, I got that where I didn't want it. I was trying to be the very precision for this, but it's not. Maybe I can like scrape a little bit of it. I don't know if that's going to affect the ink underneath. Going in with our wintergreen first. If you have a tiny little scoopy spatula, I'm sure that would work way better than the X-Acto knife that I'm using, but honestly, it's not that bad. There's another fly / possibly mosquito hovering around my face while I'm holding an X-Acto knife. Love that. Okay, I'm trying to keep that around the outside. And then peaches and cream in the middle. Ooh, that's promising. And I don't think I really messed up where I scraped it off. That looks pretty good. See what happens when we melt it. Could we be 4 for 4? How many more of these can I make? The limit does not exist. I do have an embossing pen. I can talk about that in a minute too, Linda. I even love our flamingo. How pretty is that? I love it. Oh my goodness. Look how good we did. Go us. Oh, I love it so much. Let's see, somewhere up here I do have an embossing pen. Not an embossing pen. Where would I be? Thought it was white. Maybe I don't anymore. Did it dry out? I definitely did. It might have dried out, or I might just be not looking properly. Maybe I tucked it somewhere else. Somewhere I had one. It's just it's just a pen basically that has that sticky ink in it. And so you can use it to emboss. I don't know what I did with mine. Maybe I'll have to give another one. You can emboss textured paper and parchment and metallic foils. Interesting. Linda said, let's do the turtle. You know what? Let's do the turtle. We're on a roll. I'm having a lot of fun. I think we do green again, but maybe we bring in some brown. Let's see. I've got Coffee Talk and Shiny Penny. Maybe we use that with some of our pine, or sorry, spruce it up and do a little shell contrast. Hmm, interesting. Heat and non-heat embossing. Well, I mean, I call it dry embossing, but you can emboss with like our embossing folders. Maybe that is what they mean. I got you, Linda. I'm fine, don't worry. Linda wants a turtle. Linda's getting a turtle. I kind of want to try that koi on black too, with a little white embossing powder mixed in. See, this is the problem though. I have 0 card ideas for these at the moment because they're so beautiful. I just want them to be like the star. But I don't think I've ever just made a card that was like a solid background with just one icon in the middle. I don't know how to do that. Robin said it just ordered everything you've used. Oh my goodness. Um, the one thing I can tell you, these stamps, the quality is great. The embossing powders are so beautiful and they're such great quality. Besides that newest pink that we had a little bit of staining with, I've never had any complaints about any of our other embossing powders. I've done full color swatch. It took us multiple lives. If you guys were here back then, somewhere on Pink and Main's channel, there is multiple live streams of us going through every color. Um, I think we do the browns first. I think I'm going to try for this precision-y kind of method first. I think we do a little tortoiseshell, right? So like some little dots of our lighter brown, some with our darker brown. This is Shiny Penny. This is going to be a little coppery. right? Yeah, if anybody has a card a card layout pops into your head, please let me know. Embossing is known as the gateway drug to paper crafting. I have heard that from a lot of people. I have heard that. It was not for me. For me, it was definitely, for me, it was actually stamp and watercolor, which is so funny because I still don't do a lot of that, but that is what I found first. I was watching, there's a Stampin' Up! Instructor that I watched her projects because she doesn't make a lot of cards. She makes like little boxes and little treat things, treat bags, and none of them use dyes. So I found her. Her name's Angie from Chicken Scratch. I watched her, and then the first true card maker I started watching was Kelly, then Letivola, now Taylor, and she was doing stamp and watercolor, and I just fell in love. Just little gentle tippy taps. That is going to be so good. Now we're just to the point where I can just tell from how it's embossed if it's going to work or not. Oh, goodness. All right, let's melt this one down. Okay. How pretty is that? Oh my God. They're so good. Right now we do still have all three of our chickens. No one is laying or crowing yet. So for now, for my mental health, it's best if I just assume all of them are. Oh, I still want to do one more koi. I don't know if we're making a card or not. I might have to sleep on that one. But I want to do this koi on black. It's best for my mental health if I just keep acting like they're all hens, and we'll figure out the next step should I need to, you know? Um, because I'm in multiple chicken Facebook groups now, and many people are like, oh, I thought I had a rooster, but then she laid an egg, or the other way around. And it's just like, there is no easy way to know for sure. So why stress myself out? But they are doing well. They're consistently putting themselves to bed every night, which has been great. I'm 90% sure they don't know how to use their water correctly. So I went out and gave them extra water in their little baby chick waterer. My husband is going to try making them a different kind because the kind where they have to get it from the side of the bucket doesn't seem to be clicking for them and their little dinosaur brains. Um, yeah, just, living my best farm, wannabe farm life. Just out here making cards, taking care of my chickens. It's good times. What did I do with that? Why did I do that? This was supposed to be on black. Why did nobody stop me? All right, what other colors can we do? Should we add in black? Maybe we should add in black embossing powder because Corey had black dots. Maybe that's why it was meant to do it this way. And let's swap out our regular gold for some golden palace glitter. All right, so this time we're going black ice, golden palace, and tiger lily. Let's just do those three. Switch it up. Why not? And this one I'm doing just tap dots. I know, I was over here talking about chickens, forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing. A circle of pattern paper, maybe. I was thinking too, maybe some of the words, some of the foil. I have some foil backgrounds that depending on what we're doing could be interesting. Now this black ice is almost like a little bit of a blue to it. So this could go a little wonky too. I don't know. But you know, we've already come this far. Pretty. Let's see. I like it. I like the little touch of black. Oh my goodness. Mom wants both kois. I think they're cool because they're still very different. They both have that gold, but it just reads different. That's so fun. Okay. The other thing that I think my brain, I still want to make these into cards, don't get me wrong. I still want to figure out a way that my brain likes it. But I also think that tags would be so easy to do. And my brain would be a lot happier. It wouldn't take so much work. So if you need some fun tags that still feel extremely special, then I cannot recommend enough. I guess we should cut some of them out still. Well, maybe, yeah, even Mom's kois are gonna have to get put onto other paper, right? Too many to choose from. The whale is still definitely towards the top of my list. I think I even really love, like, I love the turtle, and it wasn't even on my list of ones to make. They're all very cool. Michelle is just amazing. Out here making these cool things for us to craft with. I also need to start posting more short form content. So I'm gonna start sharing like monthly live recaps. I went through my whole stash of June cards, except for the one we made of Bon Bon, because I did give Emily and her mom our Bon Bon card that we made. She cried, her mom cried. Um, she watched the live replay to see how we made it. She loved it. So I don't have baby Bon Bon here, but the rest of the cards I've grabbed and did a little walkthrough. So if you happen to see those out in the wild, you can know that you were a part of their creation. All right, let's see how cool these are. I love them so much. I'll figure out something. All right, Melissa's twisting my arm. She said, please try the black cardstock. Melissa, since you want the black cardstock, you tell me what animal. Which one do you want to see on black, since I already did my second koi? It can still be the koi if you want, but you get the official vote for that. Yeah, the wave embossing powder for sure, with like the whale and even the koi would be cool. Frog. Okay, Melissa wants to see the frog on black. Do we want like the same colors, or should we switch it up and do the olive greens? Because I have the martini olive. Want the same greens, or should we swap in sour apple and martini, which are more in that limey, olivey tone? Just thinking what's going to pop nice off of black. Same greens or change it up? Switch it up to the brighter. I got you. Prep frog. Also, can we just take a second? I know Brennan will appreciate this. Take a second and really acknowledge the fact that I haven't messed up a single one of these yet. I haven't forgotten my anti-static powder. I haven't, like, come on. I'm doing great. I'm doing great, sweetie. I'm shocked that I have yet to like double stamp or forget that on any of these. I don't understand. Who am I? Now that I just talked all that smack, it's gonna happen now. I already know. I can feel it. Right until I mess this one up. Exactly. I kind of like the idea of the citrus with this one too. Just a little bit. Thank you. Okay. Um, let's do reverse this time. Last time we did glitter on the outside. Let's do our glitter like all on the inside and then our matte on the outside. Well, it's not matte, it's just not glitter. Right? Once it's melted, it's still a high shine. It's just not glitter. Sour apple. So citrus, martini olive, sour apple. Maybe tap. And a little spot missing on the leg. Just kind of dipped it right back in. That is so fun. I think I still like the glitter better on the outside, but that is pretty cool. It's just so shiny. There you go. There you can see the glitter. Oh, like very good. So definitely still pops super bright on the black. Got all of our little glitter animals. They're so good. All right. Well, now we're at an hour mark, and so I don't have to feel bad about not making a card. I promise I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to make some cards or something, tag something with them tomorrow or later tonight, and I will report back to you on Thursday with the final results. Oh, Scrappa Latte, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry you got in just right at the end. Um, But yeah, these are so fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while we experimented. 10 out of 10 recommend this. You can see if I managed to not mess it up, you too cannot mess it up. Well, it's possible for you to not mess it up. You know what I mean. Um, Not super complicated. That's the point I'm trying to get to. It's not super complicated. It's not a crazy specific technique. It's just having fun and like sand art. Anybody else do sand art? Those little bottles and you could put in the sand in layers. That's what it felt like. Um, so yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, Thursday I will be coloring with the stamp and die of the month. Um, and I will have something of this to show you on Thursday as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you back here in a couple days. Stay safe, take care of yourself, do some fun crafting. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Have a good night.